up and get loud. It's game day, and it's time to crown a European regional champ. I'm Wave Punk. I've got an Achieves here with me, and we've got the reigning world champs here having to fight to get to land right now. Do you think they can do it, Achieves?
Do I think they can do it? Yes. I think the Des brings up a great point. Definitely don't bet against K-Dop, especially on a day like today. He's a guy that's been going to land for a long time, and I expect him to make another one. But that being said, Vitality's had a few ups and downs in the past couple weeks. Same with mousesports. Neither of them have looked near the top of their game. So hopefully the week off has helped both of them, because Vitality's had a lot of issues with double commits on defense. Mouse has had a lot of problems with hanging onto the ball and building up pressure. So we'll see which one comes out to play for both of these teams today, because the last time they met, they talked about it a little bit on the desk, the reverse sweep. And that did not get pretty for Vitality towards the end of it.
Sure. No, K-Dop is such a story when it comes to playing at the World Championships. There have been 7 grand finals in the history of RLCS. He has played in 5 of them. So nobody has played in more. He is absolutely a legend, and I can't wait to see if we get to get him there again. They've got to qualify first, though. They've got to get through mousesports if they want to do it here. As looks like there's probably a disconnect.
We thought we were going to.
We'll get there in a second. Scrub Killer politely not hitting the ball, not quite starting the game yet. They'll restart that one there, and we'll get going here in just a second. But yes, we've talked a little bit here about Vitality. Mouse has had an up and down season. They've had their moments of absolute brilliance, and then they've had their moments of what is happening. So
yeah. And when they beat Vitality the last time they played, it all started in that Game 3 with a comeback, and then Game 4 they blew Vitality out of the water. It was like 6-1 or something, and then it was a under 30-second game winner in Game 5. It was a lot of back and forth, but they got Vitality on a lot of good touches towards the back wall, which is surprising, because to me in Europe, Vitality is probably the best team in the entire region at consistently finding strong, well-placed clears off of their own backboard. So when Mouse was able to beat them just in that Week 3 matchup, because they were just picking apart the walls because they weren't making good clears, or they were just not getting the touches, I was so surprised to have that be the case. And at the same time, Vitality after that has kind of taken a big downturn as well, because they've really just crumbled after that. There's been a lot of double commits. Fairy Peak is kind of my culprit for that, I would say. But it is a product of how Vitality likes to play. They play very close to each other. They very tight rotations, and that allows them to be an incredibly quick team, which makes the counterattack so deadly because they're right there on top of each other, always ready to go.
So in the situations where you saw, you said their backboard was weak. Was it a result of, we're not on the backboard, we're giving the backboard up for free, or were they just missing the ball on the backboard?
So the best part, because like there was one goal in that big Game 4 with the swing goals. It's like they get the ball with the long clear. Finally, there's a clear from mousesports that goes to their teammate, which in and of itself surprises me, considering weeks 4 and 5. But there was like a pass upfield, and it's like, oh great, this is where mousesports has to have success. And then after that next touch always goes towards the backboard. It's either right next to the net, above the net. It's all in that area, which is Vitality is always so good at defending. But they were just able to beat Vitality to the backboard on the quick transitions, which was surprising enough in itself. And a lot of it was Vitality not making good clears. They were in position, but they weren't making good clears with it.
Yeah, to me, it has been a surprising season in general for Vitality. That there hasn't been that same sort of dominance we expected out of them after seeing them be indisputably the best team in the world at the last World Finals when they took that Season 7 World Championship title from everybody. And the way that NRG stayed dominant in North America, I expected similar results from Vitality, but no, here they are at 4-3, trying to qualify for Worlds.
Exactly, and I think that goes back to what they brought up on the desk a little bit with K-Dop shooting 20%, which is that number just blows my mind, because if K-Dop, he is my bar. K-Dop is the gold standard of shooting in all of Rocket League for me. So to have a guy like him shooting only 20% speaks to some other issues that Vitality has to be having. And it's got to be because they have to spend, especially in these last couple weeks, where they've just been all over each other on defense, they haven't been able to get a spread of the field, break down the defense, build up the pressure, and then set up an easy shot for K-Dop, because they're just having to spend too much time reconfiguring where they are on the pitch because they're all over each other double committing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and we are just sorting out a quick player connection issue. That game will be starting in just a moment here. But so we've seen this backboard issue, this like kind of clearing issue that we saw Vitality have last series. Is that the only key for them solving mousesports here and actually getting the win this time around?
No, I think Vitality in that mousesports thing, I really think that was just a one-off kind of event, because I think Vitality was just having a bad day clearing the ball because they went on to play Barcelona later that week and then they got swept. So I think it really was just an off day for Vitality in that week 3. And here in the regionals, I think Vitality buckles down a lot more. And if mousesports doesn't have a different approach to the offense, this could be a real short opener.
Well, we'll see here as we have finally got the game underway. Mousesports in the blue, Vitality here in the orange. A best of 7. Every series today will be best of 7. It's got to win 4 to do it. And a nice infield pass that's just wide of the goal. Cookser push it off to the corner, but then K-Dop finds a way back into the box, gets a shot, and then actually gets the pass back out when the shot is blocked. But the rest of Vitality not able to put this one in. The ball will be back at midfield, and here comes Mouse.
And already on the rotation out, K-Dop and Fairy Peak running into each other on the way back to their own half. Not a good opening move, but at the same time, speed is going to be the big factor over on the Mouse side, because when he's shooting well, good things are happening. It doesn't matter how much I don't like the offense of mousesports. If Speed is shooting well, they will score the ball.
Speed was player of the week in week 3. Cookser followed him the following week in 4. First minute will come and go quietly. No goals being scored on either side. Here's K-Dop. That one nearly in the upper 90. Gets a little bit of a block on Speed, but Speed undisturbed will get it out to Cookser. Pushes it to the corner. No follow-up pressure from a lot. He'll try to play it at midfield and wins the challenge handily. Now Scrubkilla, nice punt all the way to the corner. Tries to chase this himself, looks for the goal, but Cookser's got him blocked. Now K-Dop up against Speed. 1 touch, now 2. Into the box, and a lot's got it red. Back off to the side, we'll go to midfield.
You can understand. Fairy Peak was definitely shadowing towards the top of the box there, having faith in K-Dop to win that ball. And a free uncontested transition here. This is where Vitality's dangerous, and Scrubkilla just misses the ball.
Pass not quite good. Here's K-Dop. Beats a lot, looks for Cookser. Cookser's up for the play and gets it off to the corner. Now a lot. Knocked it high. Scrubkilla back down in Speed right there. He'll put it onto the backboard and K-Dop gets it off to the side. Now demolished in the corner. Speed will spawn back on defense. He'll spawn directly in front of the ball.
Unfortunate.
A lot will be able to move in. Those plays happen, but Fairy Peak again, uncontested, puts this one high. Scrubkilla's up for it. No one's challenging him, and Scrubkilla misses again.
He was really trying to get that perfect catch on the ball, though, as K-Dop's trying to do right here with a flip reset.
He didn't get it off the backboard. A lot's got it off to the corner. Scrubkilla and Fairy Peak right on top of each other and confused on who should go. Scrubkilla will just try to block at this point, but then Fairy Peak's challenge also not good, and K-Dop just has to clean it all up on the back end.
The most important thing is that they both didn't go at the same time. It took them a little bit of extra time to make sure they sorted it out. Fairy Peak pings one off the bar, follow through from Scrub, denied by Speed, and now there's a good transition for Mouse and a big demo onto a lot. K-Dop in the 1v1. He's good on offense, but I'm not sure if I take him on the defense.
The critical demolition to block that goal, and we'll stay scoreless, but Speed with a follow-up here. Again, the backboard punishing him like it did the last time these two teams played.
Yeah, Fairy Peak caught forward. He actually gets a nice touch. Doesn't get it all the way out into the corner, though, and Speed's waiting right there for it. And Scrub, he's definitely gearing up to have to go and defend a shot towards the middle of the net, maybe the far post. Definitely hustling to get off that sidewall. And since he's not on the ground, he can't react to the shot that's placed behind him. Well done, Speed.
Following kickoff, Vitality will gain control again. Here comes Fairy Peak, absolutely read the daylights out of it and ties the game.
Great way to get it back. Goes for the kickoff, turns around because it comes right back to him, and that's ace. You're not saving that. Speed's not expecting Fairy Peak to come down with that one.
No, if he didn't jump to block it as it was coming off the wall, the shot was over. That's Fairy Peak doing Fairy Peak things to tie the game. Fairy Peak now demolished following the kickoff. K-Dop plays this one into space. Speed will close the gap, put it back into the orange. A bump on K-Dop. Look for other goalies as he rotates through. Shot from Cookser just wide, but a follow-up gives the pass in. Here's a lot with the shot. K-Dop's got the block, and Speed not really sure what to do right now. Caught with indecision, and Scrubkilla will punish. Pushes it into the corner, continues to chase Speed into his own net. Ball up high on the backboard. Speed will emerge with control out of net. K-Dop takes it from him. Looking looking for Fairy Peak underneath. Fairy Peak will move out. Let Scrubkilla take over.
Vitality chomping on those corner boosts as well of mousesports in a demo. This is tough.
There's Fairy Peak setting it up, but he maybe put it too high. K-Dop not sure what to do. He'll fall back. Allow Scrubkilla on the rotation out. Give it back to Fairy Peak. Here's a shot from the far side. A nice block from Speed. Is there a follow-up? K-Dop's trying, but it's a hard reach to make. He gets it off the backboard to Scrubkilla, though, and that's the lead for Vitality.
Can't blame K-Dop for not scoring this one. He did have to react, had to go all the way across the pitch just to keep it in play, and a lot needs to be able to make the read, but unfortunately can't handle the bounce, and Scrub right on top of it. Advantage of position for the offense. They break down Vitality, and they get the lead. Or Mouse, excuse me.
Mouse looked strong at the start of this game. They were able to get up to their old tricks. Vitality offense comes alive. Here we are. 1 minute left in game number 1. Vitality up by a single goal. Cooks are now out of his own corner. A lot of space to work with. He'll pick up the midfield boost, looks for the dribbles, gets a pinch out to Speed, but Speed falls back on it and has to play defense now.
Well, it's the same problem that Mouse has had for the past 2 weeks now, going to 4 and 5. They're uncontested on a push up the pitch. Cooks here has a pass straight across into the middle of the pitch, and his team is still late to it? You can't have that happen. Vitality's just going to take that away every time.
30 seconds remaining. K-Dop will push it into the blue corner. Push now back out Speed. Indecisive. Fairy Peak will push it laterally. Here comes Cookser. The shot is wide. Follow-up set up from a lot to Cookser, blocked by Fairy Peak. We'll try to move in on Speed as well. Now K-Dop. Play this one clear, a long ways into the blue. Final countdown. Here comes a turnaround from Mouse. They punt it high. Where's Speed? They needed him on the far side, and K-Dop instead will just punt it back. Cookser will try to do this by himself, but K-Dop's smart enough to put it into the ground. That's Vitality with game number 1.
They hang on just enough. Vitality has always tended to have pretty close games with Mouse, especially going back to their week 3 with the exception of the game 4 blowout. They were all pretty close games, but here's Vitality. It's 12 shots to 5, and that's bang on. Because a lot of times mousesports forced into going for the long clear, not able to make the follow-up challenge. And this is great pressure that gets built up here. I mean, this is K-Dop that had to go all the way across the net. A lot wasn't able to make the read, and Scrubkilla just hops right on the follow-up and taps it into the goal.
I mean, I talked yesterday about the NRG perfect offense, where they had this play perfectly set up to where even if the opposing team did all the right things, they still had opportunities to score. The goal directly before that was Speed not getting up in time to block a backboard pass. This time he does get up and block the backboard pass, and still Vitality is exactly in position to punish it with and that reach from K-Dop to keep it going too.
Yeah.
It was not as clean as the NRG plays yesterday, where it's like, yep, and we're already here. But K-Dop's like, I see how I make this play happen. Scrubkilla just immediately jumps on K-Dop's pass. A great play. And Speed notably slow here in game number 1. I feel like there was a lot of decision paralysis, not quite sure what to do, and then that being what ultimately destroyed his team's opportunities. But Speed is also a player that traditionally this season has struggled in games 1 and 2.
That is true. He has tended to have a slow start, but at the same time, a lot of times Speed indecisive was really on how to approach a challenge.
Yes.
Which you can understand, especially when you're playing guys like Scrubkilla and Fairy Peak, who everyone knows are great at making the first defender miss when they get the ball on a dribble or are able to bring it down. So I think it's fair enough of Speed to be a little bit cautious in the 1v1 challenge approaches in the midfield in those situations. The real problem is how is Vitality or mousesports going to be able to keep the ball close to themselves out of their own half and get the passes to their teammates to really make sure they hang on to possession.
Yeah, you're talking about the challenge game. There's, I think, no roster in Rocket League I would rather have if I had to play kind of a Rocket League decathlon of 3s, 2s, and 1s.
Wow.
K-Dop will put that one in on some nice pressure, a great press across, and they've got the lead.
Yeah, so a lot gets stuffed here. K-Dop with nice pressure, but it's a double commit, and Cookseer just planned to take that one away, and a lot. He's trying to get in front of the oncoming Vitality player and kick it across the goal, but his timing is off, to say the least.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And it's a wonderful own goal. It looked pretty.
It was a pretty shot. Still in the wrong net.
It's always your best goals that go into your own net.
Oh, a lot with another miss. Cookser will get the play out. Fairy Peak dumps this one back to the box. K-Dop's there to challenge and puts in another one. The defense just struggling right now for Mouse.
Yeah, builds up pressure off the kickoff. Cookseer into the corner, and again, it's that follow-up challenge. Cookseer actually can't jump because it's that perfect roll around the corner where if you jump, you stick to the wall because the physics won't let you jump out there. And then it's jumped on by Vitality.
Speed's positioning, too, made that clear pretty difficult on himself. Fairy Peak had a relatively standard, like, wrap out of the corner. Speed's not able to get a hand on them, but Cooks are now to a lot. Pressure on the other end, off the backboard, completely uncontested. Speed gets challenged by 2. K-Dop in net versus Cookser. K-Dop's up for it, and he'll make the play. Look at that stop. Mouse, the best opportunity they had to score there. They put on a good effort when Vitality holds on.
It was definitely a nice idea from Speed as he came out of the net, trying to bump the Vitality goalie off the line to get that equalizer back in.
Scrumkilla back down. Beats a lot to the ball, but here's Cookser. The shot wide. A lock gets 2 demolitions. Can Speed make the play as Cookser gets the pass back out to him? Here he comes, but Scrumkilla is already there. The Vitality defense once again will defend despite tons of demolitions coming through right now.
Yeah, they are just trying to open up space, which I think is a great move from Mouse, to be quite honest. I mean, Vitality has been all over them on the clear game. They've constantly been able to push the ball back into the Mouse half, and those demos open up gaps in the pitch for them to be able to get some footing and positioning to where they might have a chance of following up and keeping possession. Demos in the midfield, a nice idea.
Cooks are taking it off his wall, back out to Speed. We're approaching halftime, still no goals here for Mouse in game 2. A lot will clear this one off the backboard. Cooks are out to Speed, a nice infield pass. Can Speed find the double tap, looks for it, but the second touch just not the strongest. Fairy Peak will clear it away as a lot tried to close the gap, and Cookser will keep that pressure on, but his team's going to be really low on boost after those 2 aerials, and Scrub's going to find a nice clear down the field. Speed soft touch might not be enough. He gets the second one. Excellent defense as Fairy Peak put that pressure on. Now Speed back down the field looking for the counterattack. He's got Cookser in tow, but he's demolished. K-Dop gets him away.
Oh, nice.
A lot with a win underneath, and K-Dop makes the play in net. Now Speed going to try and get involved. There's one win, but Scrubkilla's got him beat. Cookser now out to Speed, looks for the crazy shot, and Fairy Peak will block him at the point of contact. Some good pressure from Mouse, but on the other end, Scrubkilla now versus Speed. They're looking for that 3rd goal on a counterattack.
It was a nice job from both Speed and A Lot. A Lot initially covering up for that demo from Cooks here to go in there and keep the pressure building and let Speed have a second opportunity from the back wall. And you can see Fairy Peak jumped to block that one. He knew Speed is more than capable of scoring that one. So well defended from Vitality, and the aggression from Mouse starting to get something going.
K-Dop out the edge, 1:34 on the clock. Still no goals for Mouse. A lot demolished in the midfield. Speed will try to pass back in, but again, A Lot's demolition means that there won't be that follow-up. Scrubkilla with a challenge. Speed up into the corner, up against K-Dop. It's lateral. And A Lot back into the corner. Cookser one more time. 3 players up for Mouse, just trying to get it out of this corner. Very little results. We approach the final minute. Cookser into the corner, and then K-Dop back out here. Scrubkilla and A Lot will try to challenge it off of him. The ball neutral at midfield. Speed will put it behind A Lot, which won't help much. We'll try to get a second touch here. That one nice and into midfield, but again, both of his teammates all the way back in their own half.
Constant problem. Same old story. The attack has kind of died out, lost a little bit of momentum. That's a good pinch towards the net, and Fairy Peak with a good cover-up. Mouse definitely on offense for a significant portion, but here's where they really try and pick apart the backboard, and now Vitality always able to come up with a nice touch out into the corner or up the pitch.
Scrub gets in the way of Cookser's play. Now through 2, now through 3, an open backfield. Cookser's trying to fly back in time. K-Dop gets it out, but the setup not where Fairy Peak was hoping. With 19 seconds left, Mouse has to score immediately and then get a kickoff goal. Here comes Cookser, one last-ditch effort. They get it over K-Dop into the corner. With 8 seconds left, they need this shot to be a banger. It's a little bit slow, and K-Dop's able to block it. Scrubkilla to carry over, and that one will do it. 2 games in a row here for Vitality. Mouse shut out here on Neo Tokyo.
It's great recognition from Scrubkilla there at that 0 seconds. Not panic touching anything. Kind of started as he realized that, wait, no one from Mouse is here to try and catch a hold of this poor touch. And they just calmly took it up the pitch and closed the game out. But Mouse had a couple good rotations through on offense. That last one on the transition, Cooks here with a nice long clear. They actually had someone upfield to pass to. It was just the pass was off the mark. Vitality kind of ate it up.
Here's that first goal
from A Lot.
Kind of did he get?
He own goaled it.
He definitely own goaled it. I was wondering, did he get bumped into this?
I don't think so.
It looked like on the first touch there, but I don't know. That was
That
weird.
is a weird approach.
Weird.
He
I
might
think
have got
he might have actually got pool shot.
But then we would
have
have seen the pool shot notification.
I did not look in the corner. But game 2 going to Vitality. That's 2 games in a row now. They've only allowed 1 goal so far. The thing for me in this one, there were so many moments where mousesports had some key demolitions. They had a nice man advantage on the field. And I think traditionally, especially when you're down on goals, that's kind of a hit the gas moment. Just send everybody. Just go. Make sure there's some good follow-up shots. We saw even one moment where they had the demolition, they had possession moving into Vitality's half, and Scrubkilla hit the post moving into goal. He had to do like a 3-point turn to get back in position, and there wasn't a shot at all during that time. Like, still, mousesports wasn't able to put this pressure on. Like, when you have that advantage, go force the goalies to make some saves. Just take any shot you can get, and they just weren't putting that pressure on.
They do try every now and again, but I definitely agree. I always feel like the follow-up is simply too slow much of the time for mousesports.
Speed now through the air. He's out of boost. He's going to create a threat, but K-Dop will get it away.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, here's the pressure. There's 3 shots in a row. Mousesports playing offense, all 3 at the same time, and then falling back.
And
much better show. And then a double commit from Fairy Peak and Scrubkilla. Scrubkilla will try to get this one out, and don't want to challenge enough for K-Dop to get a piece of it. Now moving up the field with Fairy Peak in tow. They'll beat 1 defender. It's all a lot in the backfield, and Fairy Peak's got him red. That's past 1. Cookser will get out of the corner, but Scrubkilla comes in and well. There's K-Dop, the pass back in, and Speed gets it blocked. Back out and into the orange. The defense will hold on both sides.
That first shot from Cookser, that really is one you trust him to come up with, and the demo on Speed means Scrub scores a goal.
How is there nobody on the goal line here? Fairy Peak comes up. Oh, and Scrubkilla, wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Fairy Peak just leaves the ball, hunts down the goalie, and Scrubkilla makes the shot. Beautiful play from Vitality.
And it's great understanding because they know they just beat a lot in the midfield. They see Cookser split off to go for the corner boost. They know it's a 1-on-2, and Vitality takes full advantage of it.
Oh, Cookser looking to get on the board after being shut out in game 2. Speed with a miss and a lot. Plays it to the backboard. We are into game 3, which is usually when Speed starts to pull off some crazy plays. You're watching for the man to clutch up something solo. And we're going to load into something else. Oh, that sucks. Timed out. But, hey.
It's still going on my screen.
Hey, it was just this.
Would you like a radio broadcast?
There we go. Oh, well, now we're back on camera. There is a game still being played.
That is true.
It is just that observer that went down. So if there's any way for us to get the other observers going, that'll be a helpful thing. So we'll see what happens here.
It is currently, 3.5 minutes on the clock. Pressure. Yes. From mousesports. This is fun.
There we go.
And there we go. We're back.
And they're making the pressure on the midfield. Here comes a lot. Back in the 1950s, yes. Okay, well, for anyone that was looking at home, of course, the score is still the same, and basically nothing changed. Everything just stayed in the midfield. There was nothing crazy to happen.
There really didn't. Nothing really happened. Mousesports kind of on rotation here, but finally a nice long clear from Fairy Peak, and everything should reset here. But you got to give credit to Vitality. They control so much of the boost on this pitch.
Speed. The top of 1. Now a lot. Down the field, Cookser in tow. K-Dop out of this corner. Fairy Peak over on the edge. He'll try to make this one through midfield now. Out of the corner, there's a lot with a clear. Speed now advancing down. He's got Cookser in the mid to work with, but Fairy Peak just takes it away from him. And just Speed's control. He's just struggled to really maintain anything once he's got the control. He's had some good challenges when the other team has control.
Oh, here we go.
Tackles, but again, Fairy Peak absolutely shuts him down. They're struggling to get it across midfield with any semblance of positioning.
And that's Cookser bombed that ball up the pitch. Fairy Peak steals this one away. Tough ball to score. Scrub, great pre-jump at it. He knew it was coming up.
What a pass.
What a pass is right. And it's a nice idea from Vitality, but still, again, it's a close game. I mean, mousesports definitely making Vitality work to score the ball, but I never really feel like Vitality's having to work particularly hard to play defense versus this mouse team, because again, the first touch never feels good to me.
K-Dop pass in the middle. And Cookser will try, but shut down again at midfield line. Vitality's got that 1 goal. It's all they need to win the game, as long as they can hold on to it. And now K-Dop's going to try and fall on this one. Speed's got the clear this time. Cookser will try to extend this one, but a lot is sitting back in his own defensive half.
A lot stuck in the corner. I think he might have disconnected because he's just sitting there in the corner.
Interesting. Well, hopefully that's not a real situation because Vitality now scores a second goal on the lack of defense. Very big, solid angle. Difficult touch to hit.
We'll definitely have to see if that one stands. There indeed is the pause. I imagine if I had to guess, that last one's going to come off the board.
Let's get into the game.
It's back to this
We're
one.
ready to play some Rocket League. Enough of us. The Chiefs and Wavepunk podcast, episode 1 will come to a close. We'll play some Rocket League again. Speed tries to get it set up here. A lot out of the corner. Back behind both his teammates. And Speed's just trying to play keep away from Fairy Peak here. Not a bad play to put it on the backboard. Fairy Peak's touch is a bit soft. Now, K-Dop. And off this wall, underneath a lot. Cookser's got the clear, and it's out to his teammate who'll look for the back pass, but doesn't make contact, and Speed will lose the 50-50. Here comes Scrubkilla to pressure Cookser, but he's got it away. Now K-Dop up onto that backboard again. A lot. Back out to Speed.
And this is definitely mousesports. They're trying to get those clears to their teammates. They know how important it is. That's a great pass out, and the stop-and-go shot. Cookser slows it down, but Scrubkilla, he's a wonderful defender in his own right. Hangs with it.
I feel like Cookser wasn't ready for a pass that good. That pass was like straight at him. It's like, take the shot now.
He has had 2 or 3 put behind him in this series already. So.
And that shot could have been an absolute rocket. Instead, it's something Scrubkilla was able to get a wheel on. And now another shot just wide. Mousesports have not scored since midway through game number 1. Shut out in game number 2 and still scoreless at game 3 here. 20 seconds remaining. Scrubkilla is looking to put pressure on, but he's out of boost. And Fairy Peak will put it onto the backboard. A lot up. Plays it to the side. K-Dop now back out. Here comes Scrubkilla flying high up against Cookser on that backboard. Looks for the flip reset, but isn't able to make contact. And with 7 seconds left, Mousesports, they've got to keep this in the air, as this clock will expire here in just a moment, but K-Dop's got it up. Speed will try to get it off of him. It's high there. Cookser could possibly fly, but nobody's up to challenge Fairy Peak, who just slams it down. That is game 3 done, and Vitality now on match point.
And I like the ending of that game for mousesports, to be quite honest. They were keeping better care of that first touch in their own half, looking to get some sort of pass across. Like, even off that first kickoff, it was a lot. He had the ball, and he was just trying to tip it out to the left to let Speed really take command of that ball, and it was just slightly misexecuted. And so mousesports definitely realizing we need to start passing this ball to each other on our own half so we can break out more effectively. And there's the great demo play from Fairy Peak and Scrubkilla. That was the only goal here in game 3.
No, this was you don't really see it on that first angle because Fairy Peak, because the spectator doesn't turn off ball cam, but he immediately disconnects from that ball, looks for the goalie, and homes in on him.
Beautiful play from Vitality.
Wonderful stuff. It's
a product of what we were talking about right before this one started. It's how Vitality plays. They play very close to each other out of the midfield. Like Scrubkilla was right behind Fairy Peak on that air dribble, and that's just because of how they play the game. That's what allows them to be so quick to so many challenges, is because if one guy isn't going to be right there and it goes a slightly different direction, the guy that's right here is going to be able to cut off in the other direction and make the stop. And that's what's so tough about Vitality, is how do you break through them? And it comes down to you need to have great communication, and which is why Vitality has had some struggles, because it has not been good the past couple weeks. But here versus Mousesports, it's clicking. They're looking at one more set of 5 minutes to get themselves a spot in Madrid.
One more game, they will sweep Mouse, book their tickets to Spain to defend their world title. These guys, the reigning world champions right now. Into the corner, Speed will try to play it out. He's got it high, looks for the air dribble here, and Fairy Peak will shut him down. Scrubkilla will extend that one over the top of a lot. Now, 3 players barreling down on Cookser, and Scrubkilla does it all by himself. That's Vitality with the lead again.
I like how Speed just tried an air dribble and ran out of boost. Scrubkilla goes for an air dribble and has enough in the tank to get a flip reset, and actually it caused Cookser to sort of hesitate as he was rotating back in the net, slowed down a little bit, and then that flip reset came through, and that extra bit of speed right at the end slips it by him.
It's just, I still remember when people were like, flip resets will never be like a really prominent part of the meta. It's just too inconsistent. It's just too difficult.
Oh, how wrong we were.
Anytime people say, oh, they could never be in pro play, I'm like, just wait. We've said that.
Give them time.
We said that about ceiling shots.
They'll figure it out.
Scrubkilla and Cookser bounce off each other's noses. Speed tries to find a clear here, but a lot also struggling. K-Dop might have a shot, but a lot does find a way to block. Just keeps his car near the ball to get in the way of anything. K-Dop now up. This one long down the field. A lot demolished in his own corner. Here comes Fairy Peak now trying to set up for Scrubkilla. He doesn't quite have the read, and Cooks are now out to speed. A nice pass play, but it's just not fast enough to get to a lot on the edge. And Scrubkilla will block.
They are looking to each other. mousesports have options up the pitch, which is something they have not had in weeks 4 and 5 of league play, and even in the start of this series, they haven't had options. So the end of game 3 had a few options of where to go with the ball. The start of game 4, it's looking good, but the offense still only 1 goal against this Vitality team.
A lot, and Cooks are there kind of closing in on the same ball in midfield, which eliminated a lot of options moving up the pitch. Cooks just had to fall back. Now Scrubkilla with another shot. Speed makes the save. A lot now trying to get it out, and he tag teams it with Speed. Nice play. Cooks will stall it out at midfield, looking to lurk and find the shot, but the clear comes through. Just has to stop it on that midfield line. 3:03 left to go, and the drought for Mouse has continued into 3 games now. They have not scored in 12 minutes. Here comes Fairy Peak for another one.
And look, Scrubkilla, he shadowed up just to the right side. He knew that challenge was headed that way, and if it popped out, it was going to be a goal, no doubt. Thankfully, it popped out a little bit behind him and passed into the middle, actually way too far away from Speed. Speed didn't even bother going for it.
Oh, Scrubkilla giving space here. He'll try to pop this over Speed, but it's into the corner. Scrubkilla will pick up the boost. Cookser dribbles past one. Cookser versus K-Dop here on the wall, which almost gets it over the Frenchman, but K-Dop will maintain control. Now Scrubkilla with a touch over Speed. Here's K-Dop to put it into the goal himself, just wide and off the backboard. Across halftime in game 4. Vitality with the lead. They just got to hold on. They'll be into Spain. Scrubkilla now back down. Fairy Peak onto the backboard. Scrubkilla's up for it. Speed makes contact.
Look at
K-Dop
K-Dop.
will have to fall back, and Fairy Peak will dip into the midfield to help him.
K-Dop was right there in case that one slipped through, and the nice pass to Scrub and slows it down. Great defense from Cooks here. So many angles to try and cover. Cooks here cuts across again and stops that shot from Fairy Peak. And he keeps mousesports in this game.
Mousesports held on there. Fairy Peak will try to extend this though. Here comes Vitality once more. That nearly just drops in, and Scrubkilla just wasn't quite sure how to read it. The defense was in position maybe to do something with it, and they didn't. But now K-Dop back up. Just got half a tank of boost. The infield pass. Scrubkilla onto the backboard. K-Dop already up, and Speed makes the block. K-Dop running out of boost at the last moment. Fairy Peak keeps that one tight against Mousesport back wall. And the defense is just doing miracles here for Mouse, but they've got to find a way to score, or it's all going to be for naught.
They do actually get past 2 members of Vitality. Scrub wisely buying a lot of time. Fake from a lot. There's a bump, and K-Dop is there to cover up on the goal line. Mouse again, a great approach, but the layers of defense from Vitality, too many.
Oh, here's an opportunity for Speed, but he just shoots it straight back into Fairy Peak. The shot no good. Still no goals. Speed now back up the midfield. This one over Fairy Peak, but Scrubkilla's got it off the crossbar. 45 seconds left, and it's still just a 1-goal game. Scrubkilla across midfield. Cookser will put it back in the midfield, but there's Fairy Peak. Pushing pressure. Speed and a lot both challenge. And now Scrubkilla up the pass back across the field. 30 seconds left. Vitality just continues to keep this one pinned in the blue. Mouse have to find a way to get out of their own half. Right now, Vitality is dominating the midfield.
They're doing so by making sure whenever they get a touch on the ball, they make sure to waste a few seconds off it. Speed with a fake.
Well, if there's ever a time for Speed to light up, it's right now. Scrubkilla back into the midfield. Cookser will try to keep this one in the orange, but Fairy Peak just wraps it up. The wall buys the time, burns it off. The clock puts it straight down. Speed's got no momentum on this ball to work with. It should touch the ground. It's a corner. Cookser tries to get it out a lot. Keeps this one alive. Speed keeps it up. Where's Cookser? He's got to be on a boost, though. Scrubkilla keeps it up on the wall. Speed will try to challenge it. Now a lot keeps it alive. There's back down. It still has not touched. There we go. Finally, Vitality puts it away. And that's 4-game sweep for them, outscoring Mouse 6-1.